welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, which means it's spooky day. Wow. Real good, Devin. Do an evil laugh. Freaking idiot. Just kidding. So today, I will be reading part 2 to There's Something Wrong with My Fiancé by Redditor The Life of Nikki. Here we go. Saturday, March 17th, 2018. Well, I'm still alive. Kelly and I are no longer at the hotel. We decided moving locations might be the best, just in case, especially after the events of today. We're staying at a cabin in another nearby town for tonight. I left my car at her house again, just in case. Mark doesn't know what kind of car she drives, seeing as she just bought a new one. Oh, now you can really see how dark my hair is. It's still brown at the roots, though. This morning, Mark called me to see how things were going. He said that he was going in for a meeting with his boss in a few hours, and that he might be going up north to Chicago for training next week, if he gets the promotion he is being considered for. I wished him luck and told him that I loved him. Then we took off for the police station. By the time we got into town, Mark would have been in his meeting. At the station, things got odd. At first, they gave me the same runaround as they did when I called yesterday. They told me again that they had no Detective Smith on the force. They told me that they couldn't release any information about open investigations, even if they were investigating Mark. They told me that they could, however, assure me that Mark was not under any investigation at this time. When I showed them the phone number that had called me, things took a turn. They started taking me a little more seriously. They did a system search of the number to ease my mind, and then Kelly and I were quickly ushered back into an office where we were introduced to Detective Jones. Detective Jones informed us that the number that called me belonged to a Detective Ian Smith from a county about 2 hours north of here. He had been passing through town on his way to visit family in Kentucky last Thursday, and that he had never arrived at his destination. The last contact with his wife had been that he was stopping here for the night, and that he would call her in the morning. Hotel staff report seeing him leave his hotel early Friday morning, apparently for a jog, and never returned. Whew, okay. Take a breather. Breathe. Detective Jones is investigating the disappearance. I cannot talk. He asked me a lot of questions about the conversation I had with Detective Smith, and whoever had called me off of his phone. He asked if I knew Ian Smith, or if I had ever been to his hometown. He asked me if Mark knew him, or had ever mentioned anyone by that name, where Mark was originally from, things of that sort. Of course, I told him no. I have no idea who this man is, or how he got my phone number for that matter. He gave me his card and told me to call him if anything else happened. Mark called me to say that he got the promotion and that he would be leaving Monday morning for a week of training in Chicago. I congratulated him and told him I would try to come back earlier tomorrow so I could see him before he left. He said to enjoy my time with my sister, and then hung up to begin packing and prepping for his trip. Kelly and I settled in with a large glass of wine to try and process what was happening and decide what to do next. Then the phone rang. It was Detective Smith. The conversation went like this. Hello? Sorry, my finger itches. Good content, self. High five. Hello? Can I please speak with Nikki? Last name. Who is this and how did you get my number? Ma'am, my name is Detective Smith. I'm calling in regards to your fiancé, Mark. Last name. Is he there with you now? What is this in regards to? Ma'am, when was the last time you saw Mark? I would like to know what this is in regards to so I can contact Laura before I speak with the police. Are you sure? If this is a prank, it really isn't funny. Long pause. Tells Mark Chicago is a beautiful city. Good night, ma'am. And then he hung up. It's not lost on me that this was almost the exact conversation, verbatim. I don't know what that means. What does verbatim mean? Who knows? as the other night. He asked the same questions in the same order, no matter what response I gave him. The last thing he said, though, it chilled me to the core. He knew about Mark's trip to Chicago? Does that mean he's watching him? Watching me? Stalking us? Does he have our phones tapped? And how the heck is he using Detective Smith's phone number? My fear must have been written all over my face because Kelly was already dialing Detective Jones by this time Smith hung up on me. He said that he would be here soon to discuss the situation in detail with us. I voiced my fear of phone tapping, and he said just to sit tight. Or to just sit tight, whatever. And that he would call a buddy over at the department in this town to send an officer over in the meantime. It was a small comfort, but not much. Detective Jones left shortly before I sat down to type this. We will have an undercover officer stationed nearby all night, just in case this butthole really is stalking me. Detective Jones said to keep in contact with him, no details too small. We'll get to the bottom of this together. The usual cop speech you always see in movies and on TV. Apparently, I'm now involved in a missing persons case, and I dragged my sister into it as well. As afraid as I am right now, I know that this probably means I am a suspect. I have no idea where to go from here. My investigation options are running out. Provided nothing else happens tonight, I will be going home tomorrow afternoon. I hope Detective Jones gets to the bottom of this soon. At least Mark will be out of town for the week. I love my fiancé, and I don't trust him right now. Something just isn't right, and now I've wasted 2 days chasing down the phone number of a missing man who I don't know, calling me about my fiancé. What does Mark have to do with any of this? What do I have to do with any of this? Nothing makes sense. I just want my life back. Also, I want to apologize for the lack of detail regarding town names and exact locations. While I'm posting this to make sure everything is documented, I don't want anyone to be able to track Mark or me down. And after everything that has come to light so far, I feel it is best to keep it that way. I don't want to interfere with Detective Jones' investigation either. Please just bear with me. My life has quickly become far more complicated and frightening than I ever dreamed it could be. I just hope tomorrow brings better answers. Nikki. And that's the end of part 2 of Something is Wrong with My Fiancé. I will leave a link to this part of the story at the end or in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up so I know. And if you want me to do part 3, I will do it. Okay. Please hit that subscribe button down below to join my... I still haven't figured out what to call you guys. I think I might just call you my family. To join my family. And, I was gonna say one more thing. God, I'm really out of it today. Okay. Please follow me on all my social media down below. Man, I really struggle with that. I need to get better at vlogging. Alright, I will see you guys on Thursday for Challenge Day.